you think back to like 5 years ago from now for yourself, did you imagine what you're doing now is like what you'd be doing, or
No.
yeah, you know,
I had always wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I had like had so many side hustles, from e-commerce to real estate to like all these different things. And I was dabbling. Like my buddy called me out. Like I remember the conversation. He was like, he works at Welch Packaging.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Just down the street.
Yep.
And he said, I heard this quote from Scott Welch, the big boss. And he said, dabblers die. And he was like, you are an exhibit A of a dabbler.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I had done so, and it was all because if it was just a side hustle, if it failed, I wasn't. It's like, oh well, it would have worked if I would have put my whole heart into it. Like,
Right.
I had that like arm's length away, and then finally, when like with media and content, it just like married my skill set perfectly.
Yeah.
Like it is entrepreneurship.
Yep.
We're always driving the business forward. It's a two-sided marketplace. Get more eyeballs, get more subscribers, get more advertisers.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty easy spot there. And it matched. It was an entrepreneurship venture where personality mattered, where like storytelling and energy. People have told me since I was a little kid, like, oh boy, he's got so much energy. And it's like, how did I find a career path? How did I get into a space where energy would be the difference? Like when you're feeling it through a screen, like that matters versus like selling a widget about whatever it is.
Which is like some marketing copy and hopefully like a pretty picture. Yeah. You are the product that you're selling.
Yeah, largely. And then it's like, okay, that's like V1. And how do we start to build out more publications?
Yeah.
Find other creators. Because the interesting piece is, so our business, we got 80 million views on not just my Instagram, but we have multiple channels. We have multiple accounts. We have newsletters and the whole space there. But like Nate's not scalable. How do we get more people? And my Indiana's not your Indiana.
Yeah.
And your Indiana's not everyone's Indiana. So how do we use this platform to give other creators a voice, where it's like, if you don't look like me, if you don't think like me, and you live in South Bend, like how can you start to put out like what it is for you? Because when people around the world are thinking about, do I want to come visit? Do I want to start a company coming out? Do I want to go to Notre Dame?
Yeah.
It's like they want to see people that have their experience.
Yeah. Do you, is part of your thought of like, so you grew up, so we're in South Bend right now. You grew up a little bit outside of South Bend, and there are people who are, and I this is like a leading question. Like, there's people who are like grew up in Indiana, are like, I just want to get out as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And you kind of are taking a stance of like, I want to visit all the cool places in South Bend and tell the stories about them. Were you always that excited about what was happening when you grew up, or did it become as you learned about it? Is that what kind of drew the excitement? The more you learned,
it isn't just like it's Indiana. It is. I was born with the mentality, or like instilled. Like I learned the mentality of grow where you're planted, and a lot of times I feel like people are chasing this like ever elusive happiness. They're chasing the mountains or the beach or the coast, and there are some people, totally fair, that need that to be happy. Like they need to be able to look in the sky and see a mountain and say, like, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
Like that's why Colorado is a place for me. For me, I was so motivated by people and impact. And like the people in Indiana are unmatched, and there is tons of stuff to do. It's just not look up in the sky and see it.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, well, how do I grow where I'm planted, build roots, take my small town kind of like vibe, bring it to Indianapolis, and grow where I'm planted? Along the way, like if I can be the tour guide, where it's like instead of looking on, into the sky or looking out and seeing the coastline and knowing beach, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
It's like they can see a video that I put out and they're like, oh, the Studebaker Museum, where you learn about hundreds of years of history and how Studebaker was one of only 5 manufacturers of wagons that converted to cars.
Yeah.
Like that's so incredible to me. Like I get fired up by that. If you're not a history buff, you might not like